Welcome, welcome. All right, I'm Guillaume. This is Stop Losing, Start Trading, the weekly, three weekly trading show we do. I'm here joined with Rosalie, where we talk market moves, discuss potential trades on the panoptic side. As you can see from the title, we've got force exercise, so we'll analyze this. Maybe the listeners have been forced exercise too, so it's a good thing to go over that. But yeah, first time interns doing it. And yeah, otherwise, how are you doing, Rosalie? Are you trying to join a band, or how are you doing today?
Yes. No, I'm doing really well. I got back from Europe. I'm back in New York. I will not be joining a band, although I did get a ukulele like a couple weeks ago, but I haven't started learning how to play yet. So no plans. Still focusing on DeFi and options.
Of course, yes. And how was your trip in
Yeah.
Europe?
It was great. Yeah, Berlin was really nice. The weather was good. I saw some family. I didn't really do any sightseeing or anything and just like hung out, ate food. It was really nice.
I like hanging out and eating food. How's the Berlin food scene? I guess it's probably a big city, but yeah, were you able to?
Yeah, it's really good. I love German food. So I always want to eat German food, but the German food there isn't too good. There's a lot of like different cuisines and stuff. My friend too, she was like, "Why would we eat German food?" I'm like, "Why would I come to Germany?"
The German food in Germany is not that good.
But that's what they say. I don't know. I like it. I had a really good schnitzel. I was happy, but yeah.
You took us to take German food as well in New York once. So how did that compare to New York restaurants?
Yeah, I think it's probably very similar. Yeah, that's an Austrian restaurant that we went to. It's very
Oh,
good.
oh,
But yeah.
pardon me. I'm French Canadian, and I used to do this, but I would go to different cities and try the poutine.
Mm.
Poutine is very, very popular in Quebec, but also everywhere else. But I've never seen one restaurant get the cheese right.
Oh, okay.
The cheese is the secret ingredient, and the way it's done in Quebec is pretty unique. It's fresh, less than 12 years old, typically from factory to your plate. When you do this in the US or anywhere else, typically it's multiple days. So I'm a cheese curd snob,
Yeah.
and I only eat my poutines with fresh cheese.
Very good. Very good.
And none of that like Gruyere or fancy cheese. It has to be cheese curds. Um, all right. After done filling time for 5 minutes. All right, let's go to the markets and also the interns' positions. Um, Markets have been going sideways, so it's not as if we're in a situation to react quickly. Again, over 7 days, up a little bit, so we went up near all-time highs on ETH, down. Bitcoin's also moving back and forth. This is all normal price moves. um I don't know, my coin gecko was like pinging me when price went down, but it's actually fine. We're back to where we were 1 week ago. And the way that we trade at in Panoptic is a monthly timescale. So it's not just okay, we forget about it 1 month, but it means that the price would move a month worth of activity, and it means 10, 15, 20% price moves till we get in trouble. We see these moves every once in a while, but at least over the past day or week, I mean, it's not that bad. So price, as I said, often seems to move and then it stabilizes. I think I mentioned I got caught here. I thought it was going to stabilize, but I got wrecked. Now it's back, so maybe I should have not closed my positions that were underwater. But at the end of the day, I'm not a technical analyst, I guess, but typically the volatility is in bursts, which is what happens in immature markets. What are your thoughts about ETH? We almost got the all-time highs, I think.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, I'm not too worried about it either. I think it's a slow and steady battle, and as long as we get over the all-time high sometime soon, I'll be happy.
so first thing is all-time high, and then it's 700,000 per ETH next time.
Exactly, exactly.
There's no stopping this. We can look at Bitcoin. I think we have and actually the ratio is what I want to look at, but also Bitcoin has been stable. Again, it's a little bit less dynamic. We've talked about this last Wednesday with the research, but volatility is quite low, and the price action we see is kind of muted. I don't know what happened there, but it's been quite stable. And again, I want to see the ETH ratio. Oh, it's the reverse. Yeah, okay. So the ETH ratio has been going up. The way that we think about this, we go back to Bitcoin, ETH, and Bitcoin. Yes, the ratio has been going up a little bit. We've recovered a lot from the quite the steady down move that we've seen last year, almost back to where we were last year. But uh, this is kind of the ratio is doing well, maybe on the upswing. ETH, time to shine. But yeah, yeah, how do you feel about the ratio again? We have one trade, I think, but yes, is the ratio still something that you look closely?
Yeah. Wait. So right now, is it still ETH is still outperforming Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, over the past again, it was underperforming for I don't know 10 out of the last 12 months,
Yeah. Yeah.
and now it is going up quite well. So it's either people selling Bitcoin for ETH or new money goes to ETH directly.
Hmm.
Actually, I don't know
Yeah,
what
I mean,
happened.
there's a lot of like ETFs and all sorts of new influx into Ethereum, but also Bitcoin. I think it's just because the price is much higher on Bitcoin, right? So it's harder to shift.
And you look at the price and you say, hey, it's doubled in the past year. Is it going to double next year or maybe another coin? This is why how people maybe go to different pairs. So yeah, I agree with you. It's quite high near the highs. I mean, almost all-time highs too. But yeah, and let's go quickly to the volatility index. Again, the Volmex Finance has this volatility index. I want to show the past month, but the price moves we've seen have not impacted the volatility too much. So it's still quite stable. Sorry about that. I'll get back to this. Uh, the volatility is sustained, so it's a good environment for setting options. If you look at the yearly last year, I guess I don't know if you can see, but it's near somewhere of an the average-ish, I guess, but it's not overly high, overly low. It's 58% percentile, so it's also a good environment. I would not say stay away from trading options. Bitcoin is definitely on the low side. Ethereum seems to be sustained. Since I'm talking about Bitcoin, let's see the volatility, but this was going down like crazy. So if we try to go back
Oh wow.
1 year, I think yeah, the yearly started the year at 60%. Now the volatility is 38. So it doesn't seem like much, but it's a huge impact on the way that any asset trades. Um, if someone had the crystal ball and you know that the volatility is going to go down, there's a trade for this. So it's not like you don't short it, like if it's the price, but there's a trade for this. But yeah, because it's been going out so much, sorry, I would say I would favor buying options in Bitcoin over selling. I doubt it's going to go much below 40%. 40% is like higher than Amazon still, but I would expect that this is similar to a tech stock. So it would not go lower than Amazon or Google and whatnot. So IV is down on Bitcoin, sustained in Ethereum. Again, you have a decoupling here a little bit. Do we have a decoupling in the profits on interns? Who knows? Uh, Actually, yeah, we were forced exercised. So this is why we don't have any positions open now in the ETUSDC. So this is interesting, but
I was
uh,
thinking about that. Yeah, when earlier you said that we traded monthly options, right? And I think we put on a weekly option this time. Is that the one that got?
yeah, we were sneaky. We purchased an option that was weekly and sold a monthly. So that user here probably recently, 3 hours ago, exercised both positions. I don't know why this one is red though. Which is this one? I can look into it. But normally, when this happens, we show you what is the latest on these positions. So this position was earning $340. This one was losing. So in the end, we still made $210. But the both of them were closed at the same time. I think we're buying the same leg, and the seller said, "Uh huh, let's force exercise this." So we can have a look. We'll look at this one. You can see this. You can dismiss this by hitting that page. But now we have no positions open. Let's look at the first one, and this is for those that were maybe subjected to a for exercise two. Oh, interesting. Um, we did buy a weekly call
Mhm.
and sold a monthly call. If you look at Premia, we almost did a round trip, but for a while we're paying and then we were earning because we left that range.
Mhm.
So this is basically free option. Like the amount that we paid $80 out of, again, 10K, it's very very small. So this is one of those where we were right to offset the risk because price went up. This is direction. Price went up. We stayed a long time in the positive funding rate, which is out of the short into the long monthly call. Almost made all of the money back that we paid. But when we got force exercised, we got paid a fee as well. So we did receive an extra chunk of liquidity for, again, maybe compensating us. But when we look at this could have been one trade we closed last week or today in the profit. It worked like we did, but the fact that it was closed forcibly for us, we got locked at a price that may not be of our choosing. So that's why we got paid a little bit for that.
That's okay, right? I think, the person selling the option, if they want to get out, this is kind of what they have to do. And at least we're getting paid a little bit for it. It doesn't seem like this really affected our profit too much. So I guess we'll just open a new one.
Yeah, I mean it's a sizable fee. We in V2, I guess this is a bit high, especially when it's out of range. So we'll make this decay. If you're very far off, it can cost you nothing. But this one is quite high. I think it was 1%. So yeah, I would say that this is probably something that will go down because you get paid quite a bit. Again, this is almost 1%. So you increase your profit by 1%. You pay 20 basis to open it, but then you get 1%. So it's a little bit out of equilibrium. But overall, we did get this. It contributed to our profit. The one that, yeah, the thing that want to notice is that this option was maybe a ticking time bomb because we were out of range for a while, earned over the past, I mean, a week worth of free option buying,
Nice.
and the person on the other side decided to close. So whenever this happens to you, hopefully look at the amount that you get paid on the fee. That is for success fee that goes back to you. And also, this one made money. The other one did not. So we can have a look. But this one was a favorable outcome for us, given the fees. And we made some money, which is great. We'll look at the other one. This one, we lost money. We'll have to look. But it's one of those situations where maybe had we held it for longer, maybe if the price was uh, cooperating a bit, it could have been another good trade. So let's see what this looks like. Yeah, exactly. So similarly, we bought a put option that was weekly and sold the put option at the monthly time scale. Here, we kind of got back to where we started.
Mhm.
So we paid all the way. Did we? Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, no, no, sorry. Min price, current price. So this was a bullish trade. We set it up on Friday. This normally got force exercised in less than a week. We had a monthly option that was supposed to work for us, so it would not have been one that I closed. It would not have been worried either because we were still earning fees. But yes, we are now at the mercy of the seller on the other side. So um, less profit potential. But again, we had two positions, one positive, one negative. Average out to being positive.
Yeah, interesting that so these were the same legs and you assume it was the same seller that closed both positions.
The same leg, a put and a call. So someone sold a straddle. This is a way to benefit from volatility.
Mhm.
And we bought the free put and bought the free call. And when they closed their straddle, exercise two or three positions, do two positions at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's okay, I guess. Yeah, we
And
can yeah, we got paid a little bit, but we
yeah,
can
and so it's not, again, it's not negligible. It's $40 enough to pay for the commission. So overall, we did get compensated by being locked into a losing position. But yes, I don't know if it's probably a taxable event, even though you were not the initiator. I don't want to do interns taxes this year, but we'll see. It's like early assignment, I guess, or you exercise yourself. But yeah, I would say this is fine. These two are us taking advantage of a free option. It's well within the right of the seller to close their position. And yeah, we saw this happen. First time I think that we got this live. So very interesting. Um, would you open a new position on ETH or ETHUSDC, or what would you
Yeah,
be
I think I
considering?
would definitely open another one in the ETH pool.
Okay. And let's see. So, given the price action, then maybe that's going to be the only one that we create today again, so that we're noting the time. But yeah, would you be what you would you be what's your sort of bullish, bearish, neutral on ETH, USDC?
I think I would like to do like a bearish trade, maybe something like shorter time scale.
Okay. We'll see if we can buy an option. There's a few, but it might be expensive. So a lot of what I do typically is that if I'm bullish or bearish, I do want to take advantage of these free options. So to be bearish, it would be a call spread like that. But this one doesn't have a lot of liquidity and would be paying quite a bit. So if we cannot do a bearish option that is defined risk, we could, yeah, I guess this could not be, should not, maybe not too bad. But are you interested in being fully directional and not paying any fees, or being directional, maybe more risk, but you get some premium compensation at the same time?
I think I'm more interested in a directional trade. I think
Okay.
something we do very rarely, and I feel like right now might be a good time.
Yeah. Okay. So 5%. If you look here, the if we do a one contract size, which is kind of reasonable, there's enough liquidity that we only pay 6% more. So it's something I'm still comfortable with, buying options and paying a bit more. I don't want to get to 1.5 or more, but 1.1 and less is something I'm comfortable with buying into. And we can also move this, but this one also has a 3% increase in the streamia. So that also helps compensate. We pay a bit more, but we get paid a bit more. This is very directional. We know the max loss, which is $230. The max win is 190. Um, a lot of this is almost a binary option, I guess. But a lot of folks do these call spreads or put spreads. These are a good way to be directional, a good way to be capital efficient. We would be handling one ETH of contract, which is $4,000, but we only require $800 of collateral. So it's actually quite good. Um,
But where is the what is the range right now? I'm having a hard time seeing the numbers. So where do we start earning?
Oh, if it goes below 3,600, so it would be a slow bleed where you would pay pretty much like, oh, you would not pay more. You would pay like zero point 0.1 or zero point 0.2, like 20% of the fees on Uniswap. So slowly bleed, but not as much as buying an option outright because you get paid. And then I would not capitalize on earning. It's if you're very directional. This is a trade-off. You can express a capital efficient directional bet, and the trade-off is that you don't get paid. You pay a little bit.
I'm just asking it because I don't think that the price will go below 4,000. So
Yeah.
I'd want
Okay.
to, yeah.
So you can imagine be extremely sharp, but yes, it would limit the profit potential. Let's do a sneaky thing. Let's look at the weekly markets. Maybe you can buy a weekly. Sorry, you can change to a different time scale here.
Okay.
This is what I like.
The
If you
option.
really think about this, we buy a free option. It's out of range. It's fine. Someone may force exercise us, but at least now we can set it up out of range and buy. Actually, let's see if it's not the same account. No, it's not. Okay, so that's fine. Maybe I don't want to be have the trader be mad because we seek them on purpose, but a different user is selling an out of range put. Maybe they're hedged or not, but technically they are losing and like maybe expose some risk. Now we can have a trade which is going to pay us if the price stays between 4,000. 3,800 and 4,500.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's a
And
better range.
and if it's going all the way up, we make again $100. Maybe we can increase maybe 1.5 even. But you can imagine making 100 $200 of per profit if the price moves. But the key one is that we're also going to get paid on a weekly basis. So if we are in range for the week, we can imagine another like 5-10%, maybe 5% to be conservative, which is again 5% of one ETH is going to be still $80. So that could also be a good trade. If the price is going the other way and we're wrong, it's a sizable loss, $500. So I would not be kind of overextending myself too much. But if you're confident in your prediction, price going down, not below 4K, not below 4,500, that would be a good trade.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like it's always like there's always these big spikes and a lot of sentiment going around, and then it kind of goes back, recovers, and it stays more range bound. But I think it might still kind of go down a little bit more before it kind of ranges out again.
Perfect. So this is the trade. I just pasted this on the YouTube comments, but feel free to also look at the numbers yourself if you want to copy trade intern. But yes, this is a fine trade, a bit directional, capitalizing on out of range liquidity. I like these trades. This is a good one.
Me too. Let's hope, yeah, we don't get forced exercise again.
We get paid. It's 1%. It's not like there could be a grifting attack, and I don't want to force people, but the extreme buying activity could be one strategy. But if it turns around and the price goes up, it could be very risky, and you could pay 2-3 times the fee. So there's no free lunch. Now we have trying towing the line. We don't put all of our account. We're trying to be reasonable, but yes, we take advantage of this.
There might not be free lunch, but sometimes there are free options to buy.
Exactly. Free appetizers, free entremets. It's
Yeah.
all very good. Um, yeah. All right. So I think that's it. We can have a brief look, but all of the other positions were opened. I guess on Friday, not too long ago. The one that I wanted to look at is that we're trying to do a Solana ETH trade. So this one is one that we opened a few days ago. So 3 days ago, it's not something that is kind of something we need to manage. But I think we thought this was a bit more bearish. But I'm sure if we have the yeah. So we are even. I think it might be a covered call, but yeah, this is one of those where a lot of the folks there was a bet made whether the ratio at the end of the year Sol ETH would be higher or lower than now. And Kyle Samani from Multicoin and I think David Hoffman from Brankless set on a 50K bet.
Oh, wow.
So I think Kyle Samani Solana Bull and then David Hoffman ETH Maxi. What would you say if you were to look at this trade? And maybe we can. This is a very, very common trade, which is if it's higher, you pay me. If it's lower, I pay you. You can do this with options, but yes, how would you position yourself given the price action over the past few months?
Yeah, I mean, I think the ratio has been really down. So I'm surprised that right now it's kind of went up a little bit since we minted this position. But I don't know. I don't know. I think both have really kind of settled out like a little bit. I don't think there's much movement in Solana anymore. There's not that much movement in ETH anymore. I guess maybe I would still think ETH would outperform Solana in the long run.
Okay, no, yeah, and I would take the contrarian one because again, we're in the ETH ecosystem. We think Ethereum is going to go to the moon, but it's a somewhat efficient market, and you cannot have one that goes up and the other one staying repressed for as long. So I would also, and we can actually do these trades with options, but I would also bet it's much more likely that price is going to be higher. Could be 1 cent higher, and that's enough
Mm.
than lower. So I would also be a bit more contrarian. In that case, I would sell puts maybe, or have a trade that is also directional, just for the sake of ratio going down. There's a high likelihood it reverts, then it keeps going down, in my opinion. Given that it's all very mature and none of those are outright uh, going to zero, I think they both have a place to play. So I would say that,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe we'll do this bet 50 uh, ticker Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Maybe
For like a yearly option, and we'll
for them
see.
it was, yeah, it was end of year, so 6 months. But I would imagine that the we could do an yearly option too. So I sell one, you buy it, and then we see who makes money. So yes,
Okay. That sounds fun. Let's do
let's
it.
set it up for the ticker Bitcoin trade on Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Oops, supposed to go here. I think this is it. So thanks very much everyone for joining us. We went through interns, force, exercise, trade. This happens. Maybe we did some force exercising of our own a while ago. So this is payback, but at least this happens. Yeah, I would say that be on the lookout. We have a, I think we'll skip the research stream tomorrow, but we have a options hour on Wednesday. Also have the best and worst trades on Friday. Very excited about this as well. And yeah, anything else you want to add, Rosalie, before we?
No, yeah, I'm really excited to see the new research bite that will be coming out, that Nathan's been working really eagerly on. It's joint research, so I'm really curious to see kind of what that will be about. And yeah, we have some new trading competitions coming up as well that we're going to announce once we get a little bit closer to the date. But yeah, lots of really exciting things in the pipeline. And yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, yeah, looking forward to these trading competitions. I think this was a very fun way for people to be exposed. We had prizes, and also we have points that we can award. But I think the best way to learn to some extent is to have a nice carrot in front of you, and then be able to kind of go out there and then extend yourself with options, which may not be what you're used to, but at least you have the desire to win it all. Maybe you'll do it. So yeah, very excited about this. We'll probably have rankings of raw P&Ls as well. But yeah, in the context of competition, this is a very cool thing. So pay attention, follow us on Twitter, and I'll probably retweet these announcements.
Yes.
Amazing. So I think that's it. This was another Stop Losing, Start Trading, the trading show where we learn about trading options. Yeah, looking forward to hearing on Wednesday. Bye bye.